All right, what's going on YouTube? It's November 1st. I apologize for not doing a car video this weekend. It was Halloween weekend. I actually went up to College Station for a couple days. Everybody's kind of partying and stuff this weekend. I will do another car video this next weekend, but I just want to do a video today. Kind of going over a couple things, just all kinds of shit going on. A little bit later today, I really want to go look at a Porsche Macan GTS or Turbo. I'm not sure which one. I'll explain later why, but we'll get into that. Right now I'm about to eat Potbelly. I actually went and picked it up, realized my camera was dead, lost much footage, so I'm starting fresh. One quick thing before I actually start eating. I don't want to get all political. I don't want to get into it. The election is, I think, 7 days away now. Probably not hard to figure out who I'm voting for. It's none of my business who you vote for. All I want to address is that I've seen just this morning alone 3 separate ads from Hillary Clinton's campaign that have asked me to go vote early. Don't wait in line, go vote now. It's the smart thing to do, vote early. All this shit coming out on her on a daily basis right now in this week. And not just her, even stuff on Trump. I'm sure something's gonna come out in the next 7 days on Trump. But with all this shit coming out on both of them, back and forth, and her scandals and all this shit, if you go vote early right now, you're an idiot, because you can't pull that vote back. I'm just quickly saying, there's so much happening right now, don't vote early. Wait till election day. It's gonna happen the day before election day to totally change this election. So it's idiotic to go vote now before you know what's actually happening. I'm gonna eat, and I'll turn the camera back on. Exciting things are kind of going on. I have a guy that I actually met very recently. He's actually become a good friend of mine. His skill set is very similar to mine. He has a very similar level of knowledge, I would say, or whatever, as I do when it comes to software and stuff. Our stacks, which is essentially the tools we use to create different apps and stuff, are very similar. So me and him are actually kind of putting together a little project. We're gonna try to work together on it, and depending on how that goes, we may actually like form a company here in Houston and start taking on projects. I've had a ridiculous amount of outreach for little projects and stuff that I just don't have the time to do. So depending on how that goes, I might be able to take it on. Also, normally I would not complain about this because I absolutely hate being hot. I love having a cold house. However, something is wrong with our AC. The house is like permanently stuck at 65 degrees. Everything's off and the house is still at 65 degrees. At night I can deal with, but during the day, just like trying to work and stuff, like I literally have goosebumps. Like I'm freezing all the fucking time. So hopefully someone's gonna fix that pretty soon. Until then, I'm gonna open up a window, which unfortunately it's raining. So I guess we're gonna see how this works out. This song has been stuck in my head for like, it's just a shame that's all, and I have no gas and my car's pissed off about it. Okay, so let me elaborate a little bit more on why I'm kind of thinking I might want to jump into a Macan. God damn, it's bright. If you've watched the channel, probably more than 1 or 2 episodes, you already know I'm a huge Porsche fan. The brand honestly just really can't do anything wrong. And I actually got a chance to drive my friend's Macan a while back. So let me back it up a little bit more. This weekend, I got very close to buying my dream car, which is the 911 GT3. The latest generation. I know the older generations have a manual gearbox and it's a more hardcore car, but the new one's got an automatic. It's a little bit more tame and it's perfect for a daily driver. I wouldn't want to daily drive a 997 GT3. I could definitely daily drive a 991 GT3. So I got very close to buying one. The right one finally showed up. Everything was looking good. When I really sat down and looked at it, there's 2 things. So one, I'm young. There's no getting around that. So no matter how great your credit is, no matter how high your income is, they always end up favoring history. And since I'm young, I just haven't had enough time to build up my credit history. So even though I have an excellent credit score, I just don't have a whole lot of history to show of paying big loans. So the bank essentially wants a lot of money down to finance out the rest of the car because it's such a large purchase. And I really don't want to put that much money down right now. I'd rather wait a couple months if I'm going to do something like that. Having said that, if I'm going to wait a couple months, new 991.2 GT3, which is kind of the facelifted version for next year that's supposedly coming back with a manual transmission, is getting close to dropping. I think probably going to release it here in the next couple of months. And then once they release it, I'm sure it'll be shipping next summer. I'm sure they start hitting the ground. Now the fun part starts. Porsche has this idiotic VIP program. I only say it's idiotic because I'm not one of the VIPs myself. If you ever bought a 918 Spider or really any of their special cars, you kind of get put into this VIP program and then you get first dibs on whatever you want. The problem is a lot of the guys that are in the program are just wanting to flip the cars. They just want to buy them and sell them for a profit. And it leaves a lot of the guys like myself that actually want to drive these cars on a daily basis and go track them and stuff. It makes it almost impossible for us to get them without paying ridiculous amounts over in the used market. I'm going to try my best to get on the list. I have a couple connections at the Porsche store over here. I know a couple people at the Porsche store up north. So I'm going to see if I can put a deposit down maybe today and get on the list, and then do my best to get a car when it comes out in the summer, add sticker, option it out how I want it. If I'm buying my dream car, why not get it exactly how I want it? Which in a perfect world, I would get a paint to sample Riviera blue with a manual transmission and the 918 bucket seats. Honestly, I'll take anything at this point though. I have a feeling they already have a long list of people waiting. However, if I'm gonna be in something for maybe 7 months up until that car comes in, I would rather be in a Porsche. And I also have a feeling that they will want to play ball with me and maybe offer me a future car if I buy a car from them now.
Not something you really think about. Blacked out headlights, blacked out everything.
All right, so pretty much the exact response that I expected. I did test drive a Macan GTS. A lot of these dealerships, they don't really like you like filming because then they think you're just like not interested in buying the car. There are a lot of kids that come in there with cameras, you know, kind of test drive a car and film it. So usually I try not to film too much if I'm testing a car or anything like that. So I just didn't take the camera with me, but I do have to say the GTS Macan is surprisingly good. I know it's like not the top of the line. I know it's not the big guy. It's not the Cayenne, but it is a great car. It sounds really good. It moves off the line. It looks good. I mean, overall, I could definitely see myself driving one of those for a couple months. Maybe even a year, actually. That'd just be a good daily driver. As far as the GT3 goes, they pretty much told me what every other dealership has told me. They take allocations years ahead of time. So they already have a list, probably 30, 40 long for the next generation GT3. So I'm gonna have to resort to kind of like desperate measures here. If I find like a smaller dealership, they're probably only gonna get like 2 or 3 allocations, but maybe they haven't moved so many 918s. I think I could probably work a deal with them. The other option is to just flat out tell a dealership, I will buy the car you're trying to sell me if you put me on the list for the GT3. Which in that case, you know, I buy a used Macan or a 911 Turbo or something like that, and then just force them that I will only do this deal if you get me a GT3. I mean, I feel like I'm on a fucking quest looking for a damn GT3, and it's just like, they're so hard to get your hands on. Back at the house, I'm gonna see if there's, you know, just by luck, maybe one of you watching that maybe has a family member or yourself or a friend or whoever have some kind of connection at a Porsche store somewhere in the US. I really don't care the state. If you think you have somebody that might be able to give me an early allocation for the next generation GT3, talking like first 2 or 3 cars that they're gonna get at that dealership, shoot me a DM. Get in contact with me somehow. I have a deposit ready. I'm just gonna attempt to do it this way, and I'm also gonna keep kind of pushing on my own end and see if I can find one. Because I've pretty much decided at this point that I just really want the next generation car optioned out how I want it. Having said that, also comment down below what you think of the Macan. I actually really liked it. I may just keep the M4. I may jump into something like the Macan. I may just kind of do something totally different. Who knows? Comment down below what you think I should do. So, like I said, I'm gonna finish up some work. I'll do some kind of car video this upcoming weekend. There'll be another video later this week, maybe with a good update from this video, who knows. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe down below if you wanna see more of this, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Whoops.